Now hear from one of our past students who did well in her basic education examination BECE, thanks to our holistic value-based approach to education.
Hello, my name is Felicity Jingles, an old student of Special Grace Academy. I completed in 2024 and I'm currently a student of Ashimota Senior High. I read General Arts. When I was preparing, my thoughts was, I will make it no matter what. I will make it. Even if I don't learn, I will make it because I came across one quote saying that your mental picture determines your future. So I had this mental picture that whatever that happens, I'll make it. The interaction with the teachers, it was so interesting. You have this rapport with the teachers to the extent that whatever you don't understand, you will be able to approach the teacher in a very easy way to get what you've always been thinking about for ages. I had this opportunity to have conversations with the teachers, and they used to tell me the experience they had when they were writing their BC back in JHS. So the interaction with the teachers was very interesting. It was fantastic. I think I would have pressured myself personally because I realized when I was going to write, I thought I had enough pressure from the teachers, so I wasn't really learning personally. But then, if I get the opportunity again, I'll make sure I put enough pressure on myself, in addition to what my teachers are also giving. I think that one will help me do better. The math calculations, I mean, sometimes you write the equation correctly, but the answer you give to the equation makes everything wrong. It was stressing me seriously. They used to correct me over and over and over again. Even the last work I wrote, I had the same issue. So it was one of the things that stressed me during my preparation. I mean, it was one of the things that I always wish it never happened because it was bringing a lot of mistakes, a lot of issues. The teacher will come to the class and be like, "Why can't you just get it right?" Like, it's not my fault, but I just it's a whole lot. That particular calculation, especially, I remember one day I wrote 1 plus 1 and the answer I wrote 3. How? Everyone knows 1 plus 1 is 2. How? Thank God I'm done with this. So the Friday I finished writing the paper, I entered my room. I was like, oh my goodness, finally, everything has ended. But then my dad came in, he was like, the result is on the way coming. So I realized when I was in the house waiting for the results, I'll be doing something, suddenly I'll just stop, I'll be like, hey God, the result is coming. Oh. There was this fear. There was this fear. I was really scared, like scared in everything I do. I'm just thinking about the results. I wasn't even sleeping well, seriously, because I was always thinking about the results, what I'll get, how people will be impressed. I remember I was asleep and then my dad was like, thank God the result has come. I just woke up and entered the bedroom. I was like, Daddy, what did I get? Because I was waiting for too long. And then finally when it came, I opened the website, typed everything, and it was like inputs wrong, inputs wrong. Hey, something I've been waiting for. Finally opened. And then I was just reading the thing out, forgetting I was reading my results. And then my dad was like, Phil, this is the results you're reading. You actually had one in English, maths, and science. I started screaming, God, God, I've done one, like 07 was one of the best, it's one of the best grades a student will ever get. So I was very happy. I was very happy. Like, That day was a Sunday, and then I was on cloud nine. Like seriously, when I came to church, everyone was congratulating. I just felt like I was a queen at that instant. I was the happiest person on earth. Seriously. My new school, my new school. Hmm. I'm trying to adapt certain lifestyles such as um joining my academic work with domestic work, because sometimes while I have exams to write, I'll also be having something to do. There'll be general inspection, which means I'll be cleaning the house and everything. When I was back in JHS, my parents made sure I will not be pressured with domestic work. So I was focusing only on the academic work. But here in senior high school, you have to join both of them. So that's one thing I'm learning. And then how to be sociable. I was the only person in class, so I wasn't really used to speaking to friends in class, collaborating. So then in senior high school, we are 46 in class. And so I'm learning how to be sociable, how to collaborate with friends and all. So honestly, before I entered senior high school, I didn't know how to read. But now I know how to read. Like I can read. I'm very happy I can read. And then I've learned how to speak to the speak confidently to the crowd. Because sometimes you'll be asked to stand for some group of people to speak, and then the headmaster of the whole school will be asked to enter the office to speak to him. I remember initially when I was asked to go and speak to the head of academics, I couldn't speak, I was just fumbling. But then I learned how to do all these things, and then how to speak to the whole school, as I said, and then how to collaborate with my friends, such as group works and others. Yeah. I will tell them that I think they should take their books serious, because in this it's a battle, and the only weapon you will need to win this battle is your books. Taking your books seriously is the only weapon you will need to win this battle. And also they should take God seriously, because prayer works a lot. I prayed. There was a high possibility the teacher would have been angry and cancelled my paper, but it didn't happen. I had one. So I'll also advise them to pray harder, and they should hold on to the words of their teachers, because they have enough experience to teach. And they've also written a BC before. They know what's up, you get it. So I'll advise them to also hold on to the words of their teachers. I recommend special grace to every parent listening to me, because it's the best school for your word. Honestly, they they have this holistic approach to train your child to be that bright person you want to see in future. It's not only, they don't train only academically, but also morally. They train their children, and they also gain certain skills such as STEM, singing, dancing. All these things are also gained in the school. So I recommend Special Grace Academy to each and every parent listening to me. Thank you.